Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you for the second day of this seminar, Lord Krishna's Divine Abodes. So yesterday we discussed something about the supreme abode of Lord Krishna. We discussed the nature of spiritual world and we got some idea of some divisions of the spiritual world. So again, if you see our chart, there is that beautiful lotus pink color, Goloka, below that Vaikuntha, below that material world. And we know that this Chintamani Dham abode of Lord Krishna is described in Brahma Samhita. Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha. Yesterday we discussed about Goloka, something about the nature of the Dham. And today we will discuss say the divisions of abodes. We'll go Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwaraka, Puri, Navadvip, Shvetadvip. We'll hear about Chaturvyuha, and then we'll have the visions of rasas and where they are present. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vikash Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarini. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So, we heard that spiritual abode of Krishna is the place manifested by Sandhini potency, by Balaram's Shakti, to accommodate, to facilitate Krishna's pastimes, for Krishna's pleasure. So this is the abode of Supreme Lord, and is the best place of all. It's the best place where Krishna can get transcendental pleasure and exchange loving emotions with his devotees. So it is a abode which facilitates these pastimes. We know from Brahma Samhita prayers, Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha. Where we come to that? Natyam Gamanam Api. What is that? Every step is a dance. Every word is a song. Then can you imagine when they start really dancing and singing? How it is. It's amazing about. So, okay, before we go to that, okay, yesterday Maharaj had some questions and I would just want to repeat these divisions of the abode. You can see this chart. This is the same lotus, same petals. Just make it more simple. Here you have different colors, show different abodes of Krishna. The pink lotus is Gokul. Dwaraka is blue and Mathura is red color. Why it looks like this? Because it's described as a yantra. Okay, so the full planet is called Goloka or Krishna Loka. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Krishna Loka has three divisions, Dwaraka, Mathura and Gokul. So these are divisions. Dwaraka, blue line around, red Mathura, and pink one Gokul. Now we have two more abodes described by Acharyas, by Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Sri Navadip Dham Mahatmya, and in commentary also on Brahma Samhita, Bhaktisiddhanta mentions both abodes. One is Jagannath Puri, being right between Dwaraka and Mathura, and Navadvip, being part of the Gokul, inner portion of Goloka. So these are the divisions of Goloka, and the white here around, that's that Shvetadvip, ocean of milk, filled with milk coming out from Surabhi cows. So the whole middle portion of Goloka floats in that ocean of milk. This is how it is described. So same thing we see, and there's a big chart. Okay? Here you see Dwarka, Jagannath Puri, Mathura, Shvetadvip, and here you can see there are Gaur Leelas also. Navadvip, and we'll go now in describing rasa divisions of the Goloka of the chart. Okay. So the spiritual world is a place when everyone serves Krishna, obviously. And there are 5 primary rasas in which we serve Krishna. Of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So this abode of Krishna, Goloka, compared to the full spiritual world, is called Madhuryadam. Because here, devotees serve in special sweetness. Though the 5 rasas are present everywhere, even from within material world, all 5 rasas are present. Say for example, Brahma and Shiva, they are also serving as dasas. They are also servants of the Lord. They are in dasya rasa, for example. But here, dasas of spiritual world are more advanced. They have a different flavor. They have this madhuri flavor. These pastimes are the sweetest one. So we'll discuss rasa division now of the chart. Here in this chart you will find this rasa division. In this lotus, Madhurya rasa is depicted in the middle in yellow color. And this is when you go to the lotus itself, you will see that first around the Krishna and Radha are in the middle that we discussed yesterday. Now around first petals, the first 8 expansions of Radharani. These are 8 gopis. Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra or Suchitra, Indureka, Champakalata, Rangadevi, Tunga Vidya and Sudevi. We understand when Krishna, supreme enjoyer, when he wants to enjoy, he can't enjoy anything less than himself. Nothing else can give him pleasure. So he expands his own expansion, Hladini Shakti, transcendental pleasure potency, Srimati Radharani appears. So this is Krishna's expansion, Srimati Radharani, his transcendental pleasure potency. She is abode of all good qualities, all transcendental qualities, and she is an expert, she is made for that, to give pleasure to Krishna. She knows how to please Krishna. Of unlimited qualities that she possesses, she expands her own expansion, 8 principal gopis, and each of them possess one of her qualities. She has different qualities, but each of them embodies one particular quality of Srimati Radharani. So, in the shloka, in Brahma Samhita, the next shloka we read today we are going to read, that abodes of gopis are described. This is text 4 from Brahma Samhita, I read. Tat kinjalkam, tad amshanam, tat patrani shriyamapi. The wall of that eternal realm, Gokul, is the hexagonal abode of Krishna. Its petals are the abodes of gopis, who are part and parcel of Krishna, to whom they are most lovingly devoted and are similar in essence. The petals shine beautifully like so many walls. The extended leaves of that lotus are the garden like dhams, spiritual abode of Sri Radhika, the most beloved of Krishna. So what we find in the shloka, and indeed Jiva Goswami in his purport explains, that these petals of that lotus, these are abodes of each of the gopis. And it's most amazing how our acharyas explain spiritual world in so much detail. They say north from Radha and Krishna's place, on north side, Lalita and Vishaka are there. And indeed, when you come to Vrindavan, you will see Nandagram is in the middle, and on north side, they are abodes of these gopis. Their places, their villages. Or you come to Radha Kund, and you will see on north side, they are the kundas of Lalita and Vishaka. So everywhere is this lotus pattern reflected, even within Gokul, which is manifested within material world. So the petals are the abodes of the gopis, and each gopi has hundreds and thousands of servants. Each gopi has his own group of gopis to assist in the service. Spiritual world is not exactly the world that karmis would imagine, that we sit and enjoy and everybody serve us. Actually, this is the most intense place of servants to Krishna. How many gopis are there? Millions and millions of them. And what do? From morning to evening, they're simply busy serving Krishna. It is very intense. Tivrena bhakti yogena, that very intense devotional service is performed. Everyone is running and trying his best to please Krishna. That is spiritual world. So here the Jiva Goswami explains that the pathways between the petals are the paths from pasturing grounds to the Krishna's house, and different paths, they go to different abodes of different gopis. There are different pathways. An extension of petals, these are pasturing grounds for the cows. So you see, we can't take really literally exactly how it is. When you come there in the spiritual, actually everything walks. Krishna, when he walks in one realm. It's not that he has to walk over some petals and balance himself, No, it's really spiritual. It's difficult to understand. It looks like he's walking straight path, but there are many ways how this lotus accommodates and adjusts himself and extends and expands to facilitate Krishna's pastimes. So, in the middle of the lotus, Tamal Krishna Maharaj explains that he finds a quote, I believe, if I remember properly, from Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, that in the middle of that lotus is Nandagram. It's Krishna's own house. Now, that may be surprising, that why it should be. Is it not that Madhurya Lila is in the middle of everything, no? And indeed, this is how the chart shows here, that Madhurya is in the middle, and then outside petals are showing Vatsalya, and then Sakya, red petals, and the purple one Dasya, and the blue Shanta rasa. So this is symbolically represented in this lotus. You will find here the first three petals represents the Madhurya pastimes, like here Krishna sporting with gopis, stealing with clothes of the gopis, Ras Leela, here intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Madhurya Ras. Then in third round of petals you will see Vatsalya Ras, Krishna with Yashoda, on different petals, childhood pastimes of the Lord. Then you will see in the next one, Krishna playing with his friends, Sakya Rasa. Okay, Sakya Rasa here. Here, Krishna and Balaram. Here, Krishna with his Sakhas, with his friends. Here, Krishna with Gopas, having breakfast, playing different games, like that. Then the petal comes to show Dasya Rasa. And amazingly enough, in our ISKCON, hardly we have even one picture of Dasya Rasa. There is one picture of mixed. Yashoda and Krishna shows the Vatsalya, but Krishna and one of the servants' boys shows Dasya Rasa here. There is no picture of Dasya. We are people not into Dasya Rasa, somehow or other. Or BBT department. They didn't paint one painting of Dasya Rasa. Maybe it is, but I'm not aware of it. We wanted to put on petals. But Dasya Rasa petals remain empty on our chart. And then Shanta Rasa, Krishna's flute, animals, rivers, these are devotees who serve in Shanta Rasa, and we'll describe more in details later. These are depicted in external round. Krishna with his animals, with peacock, with his flute, with his horn, with calves, shows the Shanta Rasa. Okay, so this is here in this chart given. So one can easily follow from this small chart. You can compare to the big chart, and you can figure out what each lila represents. But now in reality, it's not that everything is so strictly separated, like one room Dasya Rasa, one room Sakya Rasa. No, it's a mixed. In Nandagram, for example, parents of Krishna are there. Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, elder gopis are there. So you may say prominent is Vatsalya Rasa, but it's not. Vatsalya, Sakya, Dasya, Shanta all serve to nourish and support Madhurya Rasa. All of them are there just to enhance this Madhurya feelings. So Madhurya Rasa is prominent, and therefore all abode Goloka is called Madhurya Dham. Now, even when Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda are there at the house, Srimati Radharani will come and cook for Krishna in the morning. So where is Srimati Radharani? There is Madhurya Rasa. Maybe just seeing Krishna in the morning by serving breakfast or whatever. But all other rasas are there just to nourish Madhurya Rasa. So this is explained by Acharyas. So here, in the first petals, we see this first 8 expansion of Srimati Radharani, and we see that these are the most advanced devotees. Who is next to Krishna, the topmost devotee? Srimati Radharani. And then her expansions are first near Krishna. Okay. Then we have the small petals here. These are position of manjaris. Manjaris are assistants of gopis. They are small girls, really very young of age. And their service is to assist gopis in the service of Radha and Krishna. And who are those manjaris? Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami. Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami. Lavanga Manjari, Sanatana Goswami. And you go on like this. Manjulali, Raga Manjari, Kasturi Manjari, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Guna Manjari, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Vilas Manjari, Jiva Goswami. Look where our Acharya are there in spiritual world. Look our Acharya where they are in spiritual world. These are not just saintly people, saintly sadhus like we see in India. These are the most confidential associates of Krishna. They are first one next to Radha and Krishna in spiritual world. This is our Guru Parampara. When you come on altar, you have a pranam to Radha Krishna and you have Parampara. One day I was in one temple and one guest came, so he asked Pujari, and who are the Maharajas, who are the sadhus? These are saintly people. Yes, it's true, but it's much more than that. When Jiva Goswami says something, when Sanatana Goswami says something, when Rupa Goswami says something, they know, they are right there, they are seeing Radha and Krishna. These are not just sadhus in that sense. They are eternal associates of Krishna. They have their spiritual bodies. And of course, one more petal supposed to come there. We didn't put it because you can't really put everything in the picture of spiritual world. But then there is a petals of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladev Vidyabhushan, then comes Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada. Now I'm not saying what is their spiritual form. Alright. For some of them we know, some of them we do not know. No. But the point is, they are right there with Radha and Krishna. They are another extension of petals. We are all coming in line of Rupa Goswami. We are Rupanugas. So there will be another small petal here, of Srila Prabhupada, and it's written there, ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, but not official one, because I'm sitting and eating and sleeping in ISKCON building, I'm ISKCON. Not like that. The follower means one who follows. Disciple means discipline. So parampara means accepting teachings of Srila Prabhupada in one's life and as a life and soul. That's really the mood. That means follower of Srila Prabhupada, not just in the name, not sentimentally. Doesn't work, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur warned us, okay, everyone is a little excited speaking of Radha and Krishna and Gopis, but cool down, We are small babies in spiritual life. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that young girl may hear about pregnancy, may read about pregnancy, but she is not going to become pregnant unless she gets married. So dear devotees, cool down. This seminar is not to make us think, all right, Prabhupada is there, maybe I'm also Gopi. Yes, maybe you're also Gopi, but first come on Mangalarti, chant your rounds, follow 4 principles, no TV, no cinema, no karma music, no prajalpa, don't be mental. This is the way. This is the first key. Before dreaming going to America, first get a visa. Then you dream where you are going to go. Why not you plan your journey and visa is not there. So Maharaj just made wonderful point. Look, reality is that we are absolutely unqualified. And later on you will see that apart from all the nice rasas in Goloka, there are some things like trishuls preventing people to coming in spiritual realm. So Maharaj said yesterday after the class that look how the demigods go in. Yesterday I told a story from Brahma Vaivarta Purana how Mahavishnu took demigods. So I said they cannot go in Goloka, but Mahavishnu give them that VIP card passage. How you say? Swept card. So Prabhupada giving to all of us swept cards. We chant, we follow 4 principles. Prabhupada said, if you chant 60 rounds throughout the life and follow 4 principles and follow Srila Prabhupada's teachings, then swept card. What is not possible becomes possible by Prabhupada's mercy. Hare Krishna. So, but we have to be serious. We have to be serious. There's no question of dreaming. I'm Gopi and this is just mental pleasure. It's not going to come unless you come on Rati level or Sakti level. Let's not be illusion. Forget it. One who speaks Radha Krishna Leelas and entertains people and people say, what a nice lecture. But it's harmful. Because on this level, we are not Adav Shraddha Tadat Sat Sangha Tat Bhajana Kriya. Tadanartha Nivritti Syad Nishta Ruchi Sakti Bhav and Prem. Where we are. We are, most of us, unfortunately, are Anishta Bhajana Kriya. Not even crossing an Artha Nivritti level. Nishta means be fixed in service. Ruchi means taste for service. Asakti means taste for Krishna where Swarupa is revealed. Then real emotions will come. Now whatever we got it here, it's emotion, abhat, simply shadow of emotions, and is mental most of the time, concoction. And you get this mental feeling which is temporary. Oh, some feeling I got, for Radha Krishna, Radharani's mercy, Vrindavan Dham, And then suddenly in the morning you have taste for watching TV and cinema. How it is? It doesn't work like that. So this seminar is not to put us all on mental platform, how everything is nice, everything is fine. Look, we are in material world. We are sleeping on the lap of Maya. Okay, we should know theoretically, philosophy we should know. This is spiritual world. We want to go there. But that's not by dreams flying there, but by surrender, by following. This is the system. It's not so cheap. It doesn't work like this. So, this is what it is. This is what acharyas teach us. No? Control mind, control senses, get up in the morning, control the tongue. This is required. Otherwise it doesn't work. Simply by Prabhupada's mercy. That is Prabhupada's mercy. He shows us the path which we have to follow. That's the mercy. Otherwise you can't expect, Otherwise we are like Christians, no? You just believe in Jesus, do any kind of nonsense and you will be saved. And we mock on them, we joke with them. It's ridiculous. Poor Jesus has to suffer and we are just loose and do nothing about it. So alright, this is what we speak about. We are discussing about Radha Krishna and the gopis, alright? Hare Krishna. So, what is the impression, what is understanding when you read description of spiritual world, is there hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of devotees serving Krishna day and night. This is spiritual. This is what it is. So each gopi has their own assistants and they are different groups. I can read something very briefly. I may not, it's 5 o'clock. From Nectar of Devotion. If anybody is interested, can read in Nectar of Devotion. Divisions of rasas. Definitions of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. And the divisions of the gopis and servants. And it's very amazing. Find wonderful description of these rasas. I'll not do that today. But it's right there in Nectar of Devotion. Some or other, Prabhupada given us this amazing book. Usually we have seminars on first 18 chapters, and then hardly devotees discuss the balance of the chapters. Not that we want to discuss unauthorized Radha Krishna Leelas, but Prabhupada given us this rasa tattva, the knowledge of rasas. We should know that. We should know theoretically at least. And Prabhupada said, this is book for mass distribution, Nectar of Devotion. So it's amazing. So there are beautiful divisions explaining each of rasas, different type of gopas, different type of gopis. Because we are discussing about rasas, we should understand that rasas are mixed also. We have mixed rasas also, not only pure, but mixed also. So in Vrindavan, in Gokul, in this Madhurya Dham, many rasas are mixed. Like elder gopis, which are assisting Mother Yashoda and Rohini Devi in serving Krishna, with paternal affection, with affection as the parents, they also have friendship mixed in. Dasas of Krishna, who are supplying water for Krishna's bath, who are preparing Krishna's clothes and ornaments, they also have feeling for him, affectionate feeling as a parents, kind of protective. So they're not just dasas, like you have dasya rasa of Shiva or Brahma. Or you have Dasa rasa in Vaikuntha. It's a different. The dasas of Goloka are more sweetly, more intimately related to Krishna than dasas in Vaikuntha. Or the dasas within material world. So that also is described there. So these divisions are given Nectar of Devotion. Please, you can read yourself. That we save a little bit of time. Okay. So thing is that one thing we have to understand, that spiritual world is just perfect and Krishna reciprocates with everyone all the time. Once one devotee told me, we were discussing something like that about spiritual world and Vaikuntha and this, that, and he said, anyway, maybe better to stay here and serve here within material world. So I thought, wow, what a revolutionary thoughts. It's great. I mean, really somebody is... So I say, why you think so? You see, who we are simple fellows, We come to spiritual, it's so big and so many devotees, and they're so qualified. Garuda is there, Anantashesha is there, Hanuman is there, Arjuna is there, Pandavas are there. And then, what to speak of Vrindavan, Radharani, Gopis are there. Well, when will I see Krishna? Who am I? No, I'll just be Chintamani down, I'll be brumming with Chintamani Brum around, and he felt that he's going to be neglected there. But Krishna showed us this. in that Satya marriage, if you remember when Krishna married Satya, daughter of King Nagnajit, he arranged Swayamvara that 7 mad bulls were kept in arena, and then whoever wants to hand off Satya has to conquer the bulls. You know? So many princes have come, and bulls, they broke their bones. They are not successful controlling the bulls. Now the father and the daughter, they knew about Krishna, they were attracted to Krishna, and Satya was already in love with Krishna just by hearing about him. So she was so happy seeing Krishna walking into the arena to control the bulls. Then she thought, now the moment has come. I'm going to become Krishna's queen, the 7th one. So for a moment some feeling came in the heart. I'll be the 7th queen. So, some, how you say, disturbance in the mind came upon her. That this Rukmini is so qualified. She's so exalted personality, and Krishna is so attracted with her. And Satyabhama is there, and everyone knows Krishna is so attached. He went to Swargaloka, brought Parijata tree to put in her garden. He was so obliged to her, you may say, attached to her, just like ordinary husband. So what I will do there? Who am I in front of such a noble ladies? Anyway, I'll go to Krishna's house and broom the floor and clean after them, like that. She felt a little bit that I may be neglected. And Krishna understood her mind. Krishna is in the heart of everyone. He knows everything. So, Hare Krishna, Rupa Raghunath Prabhu, would you like to sit on chair, because rather unusual position to sit there. Please. There is one chair there if you don't mind. Yeah, welcome. So what did Krishna do when Satya had that feeling that I will be neglected? He expanded 7 forms. Simultaneously conquered 7 bulls and show her, look, I'm not ordinary person. I'm not going to neglect you. And Satya, oh, thank you, my Lord. What a relief, no? And indeed, Krishna did that. He married 16,108 queens. And I tell you, it's nothing to compare to numbers of gopis in Goloka. It's nothing. And he built 16,108 palaces. And he expends 16,108 forms and spent with each wife so much time with them. And Narada Muni came to see, and in the morning he would see 16,108 Krishnas coming out of their house on the main road and walking into one Krishna. And one Krishna goes to the assembly cows of King Ugrasena. And Narada Muni said, amazing. Then he went in each palace to see. And in each palace Krishna would welcome him. Oh, Narada Muni, nice to see you, welcome. And then in another palace, oh Narada, you have come, when did you come? And Narada Muni didn't say a word. And Krishna said, say something. You know everything. I just keep quiet and watch what's going on here. So that's Krishna's opulence. So what is the point? The point is that we don't have to worry about spiritual world. Am I cow in spiritual world? Am I what I am? Gopi? Or maybe... No, people were into it. We heard from one of the Prabhupada's disciples, when Mataji told us, that they heard about the spiritual bodies. So she thought, oh, it would be nice to be cow in spiritual world. So she put these bells for cows will wear, for decorating cows, and that some kind of different, how you call the ropes in color. She will tie her hair with those. And then when she came for initiation, Prabhupada looked at her and said, Surabhi Devi Dasi. And she thought, that's it. I am the cow in spiritual. So, look, we don't have to dream about it. All right. Swarupa is Swarupa. It will be revealed by mercy of Guru and Krishna. And we'll discuss later on about the Swarupas. It's a quite complex thing. So point is like this, that our place is fixed. Our petal is fixed. Therefore, devotees are not envious. Not like in material world. One post is offered and 100 candidates, and then push, 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 who will they get? Who will be number one? But the spiritual is completely opposite. If devotee is advancing more than us, we should not be envious and do a little politic. I'll not recommend you for initiation. Yeah. I know this from temple presidents, Rasa. So we should not be envious. We should encourage people. And look, if they go up, they will tell Krishna, that fellow down. You see down, 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 between the 7 coverings. That fellow recommended me. All right, take him also up. So devotee is not envious because his place is fixed. And Krishna wants to spend time with each of us. He's unlimited. And every individual soul is unique devoted to Krishna. The way you can please Krishna, nobody can replace it. Nobody can imitate. Everyone is individual. Everybody has unique love for Krishna. This is what is explained in Shastra. So no envy. Devotees are not envious. Place is there. And look, Goloka. Tomorrow we'll discuss Vaikuntha. Look at Vaikuntha world. Millions of planets. Each one form of Lord. Each one has his own planet. But look, Goloka. It's a one planet, bigger than all Vaikuntha planets together. This is the place where most of devotees reside there. The biggest population is here. It's not India. So, I mean, birth in India is special. And indeed, birth in material world is special. Because 90% of jivas, they go to spiritual, 10% only fell down. So congratulations, we are all chosen ones. 10% only, special souls we are, really. Mess it up nicely, you know? So Goloka is like this. So all Vrindavan Leelas, you will find on these petals. Means you cannot put everything in the picture. Please be reasonable, you know. It's unlimited spiritual world. But what we have to understand, that this is Vrindavan, the lotus. And now, if you see the next shloka of Brahma Samhita, which I'm going to show you. All right. Shloka 5. Let me read Sanskrit. That is important. Shloka 5, I'm reading from Brahma Samhita. Chaturasram tat parita shvetadvibhakyam adbhutam chaturasram chaturmurtes chaturdhama chatushkritam chaturbih purushartharscha chaturbih hetubir vritam shula dashabir andharam urdvado digvidikshvapi. So here the translation goes, the surrounding external plane of Gokul is describing this verse. Now you see the word Gokul is used. Gokul means that middle portion. So Shloka says like this. The surrounding external plane of Gokul is described in this verse 5. Now this is Gokul, the petals, correct? Now what is around? There is mysterious quadrangular place named Shvetadvi surrounding the outskirts of Gokul. Now this is the Shvetadvi, quadrangular place. You see, it is kind of square-like, this quadrangular place. Okay? Shvetadvi is divided into 4 parts on all sides. So here you see the visions. 1 portion, 2nd portion, 3rd portion, and 4th portion. Okay. These are abodes of Vasudev. Here it is. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. What are those abodes? Those are abodes of Mathura and Dwarka. Okay, so this is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 20. The first expansion of the Lord is Balaram. Balaram expands into Adi Chatur Vyuha, first Vyuha. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said that Chatur Vyuha eternally resides in Mathura and Dwarka. Now this is outskirts of Vrindavan. Why? Because now in Mathura and Dwarka we get different rasa. we get Aishwarya mixed in. Here, everything is Madhurya. All the Gokul Vrindavan is more opulent than Vaikuntha, but nobody really bothers about it. Nobody bothers. The Gopas, I told you, they have golden sticks embroidered with different gems, diamonds, but they don't bother about it. Krishna doesn't bother to have that opulent dress with diamonds, and if you come to Udupi, they have beautiful Vajra Vastra. They have a 1008. What is that? 1 lakh of diamonds crown for Krishna. It's crores and crores of rupees worth. They have special alakars. So Sunday when you come, they will put that Krishna like a king. So this is now in Mathura and Dwaraka, apart from Madhurya. Madhurya means everything is Madhurya. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, everything is Madhurya in Vrindavan. But now the Aishwarya is mixed. Knowledge of Krishna's opulences is mixing. Srila Prabhupada said, in Vrindavan, nobody bothers about Krishna's opulences. Nobody really knows Krishna is Supreme Lord. It's not important to them. Prabhupada gives example that when Mother Yashoda looked at the mouth of Krishna and said, Balaramji and others complain that you have eaten mud. No, they are lying. Open your mouth. So Krishna opened the mouth and showed all the universes and the earth, and Mother Yashoda looking at the Krishna's mouth, inside of his mouth. So Mother Yashoda was for a moment exposed to Aishwarya Jnana, to the knowledge of Krishna's opulences. But her love for Krishna in Vatsalya Bhava is much stronger than that Aishwarya. So Yoga Maya pushes back from her mind its knowledge of Krishna's opulences, because disturbs her love for Krishna. So Prabhupada said like that in the lecture. He said, she was surprised and said, close your mouth, never mind, go and play. Just didn't want to see that. She didn't want to. Her love for Krishna is stronger than knowledge of Krishna's opulences, and that was disturbing for her. How can you serve Krishna with motherly affection? He said, Krishna, please come drink some milk, because you are Supreme Lord. You created the cow and the milk and the process of churning milk and the butter and taught us how to make a ghee, and how are you going to feed him milk? You are maintaining everyone. Without you, there is no cow, there is no meat, there is no pot, there is no milk, there is no fire, there is no way of eating or digesting or anything. If you know all these things about Krishna, then you can't love him freely. So that knowledge of Krishna's opulences doesn't work in Vrindavan. It's not required there. Yoga Maya covers that up. Then devotees can freely love Krishna. I spoke with one son of a very rich person. He's an Indian boy. Very rich father. I won't mention name. Everybody knows him. He's in newspaper every week at least once. For good or bad, I will not say. And boy is frustrated like anything. He's so rich. Son of a rich person. Why? Because he doesn't know who is his friend. Many people around him. But after some time he figures out they just want some money or some fame or get something from here, some promotion or enter into some college. He's so lonely. So devotees of Vrindavan, they are not there because Krishna is God, so we are with him for some interest. They don't bother Krishna is God. That is pure love. They are not there because Krishna is God. They are there because they love Krishna, they like Krishna. So this is that Madhuri relation with Krishna in spiritual world. Maharaj?
Swami says that there is a division of Gokul that is also Aishwarya,
Right.
where they know that Krishna is God, but they're having all this rasa that you're discussing.
Right.
They are in the mood of Devaki.
Right.
There's a subdivision.
Yes. Yes, Maharaj, I'm coming to that. Now Vasudeva and Devaki, they are in Mathura and Dwaraka, and this is exactly what I'm speaking this about. Why these different abodes?
I'm talking about Swami says inside of the lotus there's a division.
Yeah, I mean, you can extend lotuses up to Mathura and Dwaraka. These are same divisions. There are two ways of depict the lotus, as a yantra, as we did, or just put one lotus without this quadrangular place. So in that case, Mathura and Dwaraka will become also part of the petals. But then I cannot follow exact shloka from Brahma Samhita. Maharaj, we'll discuss later these technical things. But what you say is correct. Now why we have separate abodes, Mathura and Dwaraka? Why? Because their knowledge of Krishna's supremacy is there. Exactly what Maharaj said. When Krishna goes to Mathura, Mother Devaki and Vasudeva sing him. What is their reaction? How did they remember after killing Kamsa and all this, Mushtika and all the party was defeated, all the brothers of Kamsa were killed. Vasudeva and Devaki were seeing Krishna. What did they say? Supreme Lord. They say, oh, Krishna, Supreme Lord, you appeared as our son. Then slowly after that, Krishna and Balaram say, oh, this is so strange. In Vrindavan was so nice. So they cover up Mother Devaki with Yogamaya, and then she felt, oh, you come, my son. Yeah, this is better. We prefer that one better, But they have this mixture of Aishwarya, and this is prominent in Mathura and Dwaraka. Mathura is higher because it's closer to Vrindavan. While devotees were residing in Mathura, occasionally they hear about Krishna's Leelas, childhood Leelas there, and all these sweet pastimes of Krishna will be more exposed because it's very near. Once they shifted to Dwaraka, opulence become more. Krishna sometimes walks in Dwaraka with 2 hands form, sometimes 4 hand form. In Dwaraka he shows. In Leelas with Pandavas, if you remember in first canto, just before Kunti Maharani's prayers, there is a Ashwatthama sends Brahmastra to kill Parikshit and Pandavas. And then they caught him and they, shall we kill him, shall we not kill him? Bhima was pushing, kill him. Arjun was also thinking, maybe better to cut his head off. Then Kunti her said, no, forgive him. Yudhishthira said, forgive him. One moment Bhima got angry. There was some tension. And then amongst them, Krishna, to separate them, just shows 4 hands. With 4 hands, he separated everybody. Vasudeva. Suddenly, he just showed 4 hands to stop them. So it's amazing. So in Dwaraka, Krishna shows his opulences. They know Krishna is Supreme Lord, but they feel also, he's Supreme Lord, and we are Yadavas, he is our own. He is our own family member. This is the feeling. So it's very intimate in one way, but this opulence is there, and the queens are there, and the Leelas are. What are the Leelas in Dwaraka? Marrying the queens, marrying the daughters, and the sons. Every day there is some marriage ceremony because 16,108 queens, 10 sons and 1 daughter with each of them. No? So in a few years you have marriages one after another. Every day there is one marriage. So, you see, Devaki and Vasudeva, they have to be on all the marriages, and they are 10 marriages a day. They have to expand in 10 forms and be simultaneously when Muhurta is there. So for Krishna Leelas in spiritual world, one devotee can have few spiritual bodies. How it is possible? That's the thing. What is not possible for Krishna? We know from Prabhupada's books, from Shastras, that yogi can have 8 or 9 forms maximum. And when yogi expands 8 or 9 forms maximum, whatever one form does, other have to follow. If one form raises their hand, all 9, they are not independent in that. But we have Leela in Krishna book, when Krishna was invited by a poor Brahmana and by king for a lunch at the same time. So Krishna said, all right, let us not waste time, we'll accept both simultaneously. So the rishis and all Brahmanas with Krishna, wait a little bit, we'll finish. So, rishis and all Brahmanas with Krishna, they thought, what do we do? So Krishna said, don't worry, you are with me. So he expanded their forms. And they're not like a yogis, that one lunch served already, and another place, they are sitting, waiting, and hand is going up and down. No, for Krishna Lila, Krishna facilitates this. This is amazing, that actually one devotee can have 2 forms simultaneously. So, we will discuss later on when we compare this Goloka and Gokul, we'll see Arjun, who is every day with Krishna in different universe. In different universes, different Leelas are going. So how many forms Arjun has? Unlimited. Narada Muni is everywhere. When you see description of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, he is in every planet. He's with Indra, he's with Brahma, he's with Kshiradakashaya Vishnu, he's everywhere. How many forms he has? How many is needed for service? That is the idea. So now what we are speaking about the visions, really, according to rasa, the visions of Krishna's abode is there, and Krishna expands his forms. So when you have four-hand form, you understand that Aishwarya rasa starts. So sometimes because of this Aishwarya mixed with Madhurya, and Aishwarya is really predominant in Dwaraka and Mathura, these realms of Mathura and Dwaraka already counted as part of Vaikuntha. But it is, Brihad Bhagavatamrita says, still, it is more intimate, more advanced than Vaikuntha, and it is part of Goloka planet. So this all quadrangular place with the lotus, with all the divisions, is called Goloka. Goloka, 3 divisions: Dwarka, Mathura, Vrindavan. Simple as it, like this. Now you see, Dwarka, Mathura, Gokul, divisions of Goloka. This is right from Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the highest region of spiritual sky is the spiritual planet called Krishna Loka. It has 3 divisions: Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokul. And Acharya has explained Brihad Bhagavatamrita that Puri is there and Navadvip is there. And we'll come to that also. Adbhuta Hari Prabhu, you had some question. Is it related to this particular topic? Yes, please.
Maharaj said about Radha and Krishna being worshipped in Aishwarya mood.
Yes.
There is a statement by Ramakrishna Maharaj where he said that that's correct, that place is involved.
Right.
But those who are attached to Vaidhi Bhakti rules and regulations, they go to that place.
Right. Okay. Maharaj was speaking about Devaki and Vasudeva, not Radha and Krishna. Okay, but this is good point. There is one place in Vrindavan.
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah, I'm going to repeat the question. He said, Adbhuta Hari Prabhu said, that there is a place in Vrindavan where Radha Krishna are worshipped with the knowledge of their supremacy. And
That's what I was talking about.
yeah, but the Radha Krishna worship, not by Vasudeva and Devaki. They are in Mathura and Dwaraka. Now, they are particular devotees who worship that. Not exactly like that. I'll explain. I wanted to do it on the end of the class, but seems like I came a little earlier. The point is that by Vaidhi Bhakti, when you worship Radha and Krishna, you go to Aishwarya Goloka. And this is Goloka in spiritual world. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when Lord manifested same Goloka within material world, in Vrindavan, in Bhumandala, on earth, that place is called Gokul. And this place you go when you worship Radha Krishna in Raga Nugavat. And this is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, actually. Now, what is happening in the Vrindavan, for the sake of Leela, they are petals. But when Radha Krishna sometimes show form of Lakshmi Narayan, and they lay down at the Kunda, and Balaram becomes Ananta Shesha, and Radharani becomes Lakshmi, and Krishna becomes Narayan, and all Gopas, they laugh and they throw flowers at them and say, "Wow, very nice, very nice." But this is not really worship in Aishwarya. It's for the sake of Leela. There is another place where Radha Krishna get married, and devotees who want to see them married in that Swakya Rasa, they go there, and that's also Leela, secret marriage of Radha Krishna. So that desire of the devotee is fulfilled there, but it's not done with Aishwarya Jnana. So I will speak a little more about that later on. It's a quite complex thing. What we have to understand now at this level is that the divisions of spiritual abode are according to rasas. So here, Mathura and Dwaraka, there is this mixture of knowledge of Krishna's opulences. Okay. Now I'm going to just finish this shloka, reading fully. There are a few more things about this abode, and then we'll explain Jagannath Puri Navadvip, and then we'll speak about Gokul and Goloka and come back to the point. Here the shloka continues. We discussed these 4 divisions, okay? Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Vasudev, Krishna's own expansion, Sankarshan, Balaramji, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, their expansions. And these are personalities who live in Dwaraka and Mathura. And therefore it is said, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Tuha and form of Krishna remains in Vrindavan, playing his pastimes, and here eternally in this abode. Krishna as a Vasudeva, 4-armed Krishna resides. Now Vyuha means an army. So it is described that they protect Goloka from any intruders, from any impersonalist or devotees who are not qualified in Madhurya Rasas, in that sweetness of intimate worship of Radha and Krishna. They will be not allowed by these armies of Chaturvyuha. See what shloka says next. These 4 divided abodes, these four abodes, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 divided abodes are enveloped by 4-fold human requirements, such as piety, wealth, passion and liberation. Means dharma, here you can see, artha, kama and moksha. Now this dharma, artha, kama, moksha, these are goals of people, conditioned soul in material world. What do they do in the spiritual world? They have their perfection. The perfection of dharma is there in the person. What is the perfection of dharma? To serve Krishna, to surrender to Krishna. Whatever results of dharma. Wealth, perfection of kama, to be attached to Krishna. Moksha, moksham Vishnu angrilabham. This definition given by Baladevi Vibhushan. Moksha means to attain lotus feet of Vishnu. Moksham Vishnu angrilabham. That's moksha. So, all these 4, I have that perfection in the Goloka. Everything is there. Everything is in Vrindavan. From Vrindavan, everything starts. All the opulences, all the expansion, they come out of Vrindavan. So, next it is said that 4 Vedas, Rig, Sama, Yajur, Atharva, which deal with the mantra and which are the base of achievements of 4-fold mundane requirements, they are also there. So you can see on 4 sides, there are 4 Vedas. Rig Veda, here, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda. In person, these are personalities of Vedas, they have form. And indeed, we read in Krishna book, prayers by personified Vedas. No? Atharva Veda. In persons they are there, and they have their source. They are coming from the spiritual world, all the Vedas. They are right there, serving Krishna personally. Then it is said, 10 tridents are fixed in 10 directions, including the zenith and nadir. 10 tridents are there. Now you can see these 10 tridents are here. 1, 2, and like these all corners of the spiritual sky. They are indeed all around. This effulgence is Brahmajyoti. The planets are effulgent and the Krishna's body is effulgent. Brahmajyoti consists of millions of jivas coming out of Lord Krishna's body, and planet are effulgent itself. So in the Brahmajyoti, these Trishul are there. 10 of them, all around Vaikuntha, to prevent impersonalists to enter into the Goloka or to Vaikuntha. Impersonalists cannot come inside of Goloka or Vaikuntha. Now, in the Brahma Samhita it is said that these Trishuls, they represent the 3 gunas. And they represent past, present and future, time. Now there are no modes and time in spiritual world. So from spiritual world, these Trishuls, they protect anybody to crossing Viraja. Right from there they have their influence over conditioned souls. Who is not pure, who is not free from the modes, who is not free from the influence of time. He is kept by those Trishuls right from above. They prevent them to cross Viraja. They can't cross. Nobody who is unqualified can cross Viraja and go to spiritual sky. So 2 functions. One is function for conditioned soul, keeping And one function is to preventing impersonalists who roam around in Brahmajyoti and try to illegally enter into Goloka. This is explained there. Then Shloka continues. The 8 directions are decorated with 8 jewels. Mahapadma, Padma. So you see these jewels here. Mahapadma, Padma. Actually this is Nila. Shankha, Makara, Kachapa, Mukunda, Kunda and Nila. Now what are these jewels floating around Goloka? You can see here. Right around Goloka. If you read Puranas, you will find many places mentioned. Wealth of Kuvara. And then these first 8 jewels will be mentioned. They are, apart from wealth and beauty, they have mystic powers. These are siddhis personified. Lagima, Mahima, Prapti, all these siddhis are there. All the opulences. The power to manipulate matter in any way, flying, all kinds of perfections. And also, all kinds of opulences, wealth. In the Vedic time, Kshatriyas would use different diamonds to enhance their qualities and give them more strength. Indeed, some of the asuras, they have jewels. If any enemy comes in front of him, the diamond will take half of enemy's strength and give to the one who holds the diamond. You know? So whoever comes in front of one asura, half of his power is reduced just by holding the diamond. Indeed, later on we see that diamond was removed from Ashwatthama's crown when they caught him. From his head was removed the diamond. His power was reduced by those diamonds. So now these diamonds in spiritual world, they are around Goloka. They are not around Vaikuntha. They are all around the spiritual sky, basically. And all devotees, who are devotees of Krishna, but who have attachment to Aishwarya, who likes to worship Krishna with his opulences, with his siddhis, whether with wealth or something, they are kept in Vaikuntha. They cannot go to Goloka. They cannot enter into Madhurya Dham. So these jewels, if you are going on the way to Goloka and you see the jewel and you are attracted, jewel is going to place you directly back into Vaikuntha, which we are going to discuss tomorrow. So this is the function of these diamonds, which are siddhis. Okay, then Shloka goes on. There are 10 protectors, Dikpalas, of 10 directions in the form of mantras. So now they are eternal associates of the Lord. In the form of mantras, Dikpalas, they protect by mantras Goloka from illegal entry. So what is the point? To impress us that you can't go to spiritual world till you hold 1 inch of spiritual desire in our heart. Nobody can enter. There's no shortcut. The shortcut is surrender. Sarvadharmam parityaja mamekam. There's no other way. This is the impact of that. You know. Okay, and then the associates of hues of blue, yellow, red, and white are there. So now 2 explanations are given. They are associates with colors, blue color, yellow color, red, and white colors. One place in Banu Maharaj's translation of Jiva Goswami's commentary on Brahma Samhita, he explained these are colors of 4 Vedas. Apart from residing in the form of mantras, Vedas personally also serve Krishna. This is one explanation. Another translation, Tamil Krishna Maharaj explained that these are described colors of different associates of Krishna. Different devotees have different colors, so they are there. And Shloka goes on. There are extraordinary potencies bearing the name Vimala and etc. shine on all sides. So Vimala and other potencies are described surrounding Lord Narayana, and that we'll see tomorrow. Vimala, Utkarshini, Jnana, Kriya, Yoga, Pravi, Satya, Ishana, etc. So basically this is the Goloka description explained in such a way from Brahma Samhita, directly from Shloka. And on this chart you will find in all these shlokas right here. Shloka 1, Shloka 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is the shloka I just read. So once you have a chart, it's very easy. Whatever I speak is right there in shlokas. In chart you have only shlokas. There's no other explanations. So once you have your own chart, you can use the shlokas and you will be reminded of what we discuss here. It's easy when you just follow the shlokas. And small charts help. These divisions are there, shlokas for each division. When somebody asks you, where is this explained? Jagannath Puri is there, Navadvip is there. It's right there. Shlokas are right there quoted. And then further is described Ayodhya, Vaikuntha, every single thing is given Shastric reference for the place. Okay, now I would like to explain a few more things. That this eternal associate of Krishna, as Krishna expands into four-hand form Narayan, Radharani and her gopis expands into the queens of Dwaraka. So we understand, as a quoted, let me see, quote is there from Purusha Bodhini Upanishad of Atharva Veda, where is mentioned that Radharani and gopis are always on Krishna's sides. And here he said that Srimati Radharani is the original form of goddess of fortune. And she has expanded as Lakshmi and later on as a Durga and other goddesses or potencies. Brihad Gautamya Tantra also says, Devi Krishnami Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva Kanti Samohini Para. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Sri Krishna. She is the central figure for all goddesses of fortune, Lakshmis. She possesses all attractiveness to attract the all-attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. So same thing as you have Radha Krishna, they expands into Vasudeva and Rukmini, Satyabhama and all the gopis expands into queens. Later on when Krishna takes form of Narayan, Radharani expands as a Lakshmi, and you will see in Vaikuntha petal the 8 principal gopis. They become 8 principal queens of the Lord. But now they all have 4-hand form. So all the gopis, they have another form here in Vaikuntha surrounding. And there are many potencies, Bhu, Leela, Neela Devi. We'll speak tomorrow more details about it. So now, apart from expanding into Dwaraka and Mathura, Krishna has another form in Jagannath Puri. Now, who is Lord Jagannath? It's a Dwarakadish. It's Krishna in Dwaraka being reminded on his pastimes of Vrindavan. So it's Krishna in Dwaraka overwhelmed with mood of Vrindavan. He completely forgot his position in Dwaraka and he is fully absorbed in mood of Vrindavan. So he is stunned that all Ratha Yatra function represents as that gopis want to bring Krishna back to Vrindavan. So he is Dwarakadish in mood of Vrindavan. So this place is higher than Dwaraka, and Sanatana Goswami explains in Brihad Bhagavatamrita that above. How many of you read Brihad Bhagavatamrita? Can I just see for a second? Oh, very few. Oh, how many of you read Bhagavatam? Full set. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, how many of you read Chaitanya Charitamrita full set? Okay, so some still things to read before. Please, after reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you read Brihad Bhagavatamrita, would be very nice. There is description Sanatana Goswami gives of Gopakumar, one devotee in Sakhya Rasa, Krishna's friend, worshipping Krishna and going through all planetary systems to Goloka. So he goes through all the 14 planetary systems of Earth, he goes through Brahmajyoti, he goes through Shivaloka, he goes to Vaikuntha, and from Vaikuntha he goes to Ayodhya. From Ayodhya he comes to Dwaraka. He is looking for Gopal, his friend Krishna, in Vrindavan. So in Dwaraka, Narada Muni comes and says, yes, even Dwarakadish won't please you because you're looking for that very intimate relation with Krishna, which is only in Vrindavan. So you should proceed from here, from Dwaraka to Puri, which is more exalted place. So Uddhav is there hearing this, and he complains, how can you say any place is better than Dwaraka? Because devotees are happy in their Swarupa, they're satisfied where they are. Yeah? tomorrow we'll discuss Ayodhya, and Hanuman told same thing to Gopkumar. Where you want to go? Ram is here, Ayodhya is here, everything is here. Stay here with us. So Gopkumar said, no, you come with me in Dwaraka. Well, if Ram send me, I will go there. Otherwise, no. He has no interest. So here in Brihat Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami explains that Puri is higher than Dwaraka. It's same Lord, but Dwaraka in the mood of Vrindavan, in feeling separation from Vrindavan. So this is Jagannath Puri. And no wonder Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed there 18 years. Because that mood of separation, this is what he came to teach. The highest relationship to Krishna is Madhurya Rasa. And that Madhurya Rasa is described in Nectar of Devotion to have Vipralamba and Sambhoga in separation and in meeting Krishna. So that in separation is more intense, more higher form of worship Krishna. Is giving more pleasure to Krishna, love in separation. So this is how Goswamis worship Krishna, and this is indeed mood of our sampradaya. Now, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? That's not the mood of our sampradaya. Where is Krishna? He Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kuta. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That's the mood. Mood is of Vipralamba Seva. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached, and this is manifested in Jagannath Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a Yuga Avatar, as a most merciful incarnation who delivers everyone by chanting Hare Krishna, who brought from Goloka holy name to the material world. He does two things simultaneously. He gives mercy. He has this Audarya aspect. Audarya means magnanimity, munificency, his compassion. He just delivers everyone by giving the holy name. Golokera, Prema Dana, Harinama Sankirtana. So you can see here, Prabhupada said, what is the sound of Krishna's flute? Prabhupada said, that is Mahamantra. You see Mahamantra coming out of Krishna's flute? Can you see? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, and goes from Goloka, goes down through Ayodhya, goes through Vaikuntha, goes down through Brahmajyoti, crosses Viraja, crosses Mahatattva,